Good evening. My name is Kadaria Ahmed, and this is Straight Talk. My guest today was a civil servant who first joined the Federal Public Service as Acting Chief Political Affairs Officer in May 1990. Today, he occupies the highest administrative office in his state. Educated at the College of Education Sokoto, Bayero University Kano, and at the University of Pittsburgh, where in 1985 he obtained a PhD in Public Policy and Strategic Studies. He has held many positions, including that of Federal Permanent Secretary in various federal civil service departments. In April 2007, under the banner of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, my guest was elected as the Governor of Niger State. On Straight Talk today, I am very pleased to have with me His Excellency Dr. Babangida Aliyu. Sir, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Now, last year, you were an arrowhead and part of a group of 7 governors who formed what was called the new PDP. Since then, you've remained with your party, and they've gone on to form what has essentially become the opposition, to the ruling party, your party, the PDP. Can you help me understand why you believe your decision to remain with the PDP is the correct decision?
Essentially, the main issue that really brought was what we saw as going wrong in the party. Some of the decisions and some of the elections that we have conducted, we felt that we needed to correct it to make sure that PDP really goes the right way. The issue of going to another party was never the motive. The issue was essentially to correct what we saw were mistakes, particularly as it affected one of us then, the then Governor of Adamawa State.
Now, so the assumption, therefore, is that by remaining in the PDP, you are convinced...
I stuck to my principle that that was the purpose.
No, but you are convinced that the changes you needed to see happen within the PDP have taken place.
It started happening,
okay.
And many of them have happened, even if a little late, but at least they have happened to my satisfaction, that what we thought were corrections to be made, they have been corrected.
No, so how come we're getting a lot of hula baloo off the back of PDP primaries that have taken place, with many people complaining that candidates have been imposed across many of the elective offices that are available?
In every human activity, particularly where competitions are involved, you will hear a lot of cries. People come into competitions instead of coming with clean mind to say the probability is I could win, I could lose. They always come with the feeling that they must be the winners.
Part of the problem we've had is that some of those people crying foul are saying primaries didn't even take place. And I'll give you specific examples. We've got the case of Mukhtar Shehu Shagari in Sokoto State, who's basically said, a name was written on a piece of paper, and that person was declared the person who won the elections. You've got the crisis going on in Adamawa, where elections took place in Eagle Square as opposed to in the state itself. And it doesn't seem to be like just a minority number of people across a lot of PDP states. There are members complaining.
Let's start
that
with the example you gave. For me, Shagari is a very close confidant and a friend of mine, and we share many things in common. But I would want to ask, if I were the deputy governor in charge of the party structure, how I will allow other people to write names on papers and give to other people. I find it very difficult to stomach. In fact, when I saw him, when I saw him, that was the first thing I confronted him with. As a political leader, when you see issues like that, and you know you cannot solve it, the best you can do is to ask for the postponement of that particular primary.
Which he said he did, and he was ignored.
No, how could he have been ignored? Because, one, there are 2 ways to do it. Legitimate way, asking the right people to postpone it. If they refuse, you have a right as a deputy governor to really close that place until the right thing is done.
What about the allegations that the reason why you are endorsing Alhaji Nasco is that you're looking for someone who will come after you and then you don't get probed, who will cover up all the dirty things that you did while in office?
Now, I wish people then can bring out the dirty deeds that I have done.
What they're saying is because you don't want any other person there so that they are not brought out.
There is something about continuity. There is something about people.
So why not your deputy, for example?
My deputy, well, we talked. My understanding is when I came in, I had about 10 young people here that you can describe as youth in my cabinet. And the whole idea was to mentor them to come up.
Okay, but it still doesn't tell me why you didn't pick your deputy if it was about experience and continuity.
No,
and why you settled for someone who was your chief of your staff.
To handle situations the way I saw them happening. The ability to look at people and say it the right way. The ability to look at difficult situations and really solve them. The ability to look at your security situation and fix them.
So undoubtedly you endorsed him. When people were saying he was your anointed candidate, this is correct?
No, I have a preference, like I used to say, that I preferred certain people, and if I were to rank them, and I rank them even in places where people ask me a similar question, and I said, Nasco, my deputy, and then Colonel Isa Kontagora. I said so. So my own is recommendation to Niger State, to Nigerite, to say you have trusted me for 8 years, and I'm leaving. And I'm not leaving the trust to just anybody. I am recommending. Partly I take responsibility, but I am not saying you must vote for him. If you feel my recommendation is good enough, vote for him. If you don't feel, oh, by God, anybody, I think it's a mistake for anybody to sit down and start designing that, oh, because I'm afraid of this, this will happen. I told somebody that even if your son takes over, he may be forced by his mother to do something to you. Even if it is your wife, you may have forgotten one day something you did wrong. She will want to revenge. So forget about that and leave things the way they are, and whoever comes out, just be ready to answer questions the way they are. So now we remain the general election, and let's see how it will go.
The general election is to be fought against the APC,
yes,
a party which last year you described as the party that is needed to sanitize Nigerian politics.
And it has.
Please explain.
If the three parties have not merged, many of us will have taken it for granted. But now each one of us, like I said even then, that we will be on our toes, we will plan, we will apologize to people where we need to apologize, we will remind people what we have done, and we will not take anything for granted. And I'm happy that they're here. And now, with what has happened, our party is now up and doing, and every one of us cannot take anything for granted. We must go to the people. We must make sure that we do things right.
Let us take a quick break. When we return, we find out why the governor is backing President Goodluck Jonathan 100% for a second term. Don't go away.
Wow, you play so well now. I want to be just like Don Jazzy. Oh, really?
Milk for you boys?
Thanks, Mom. Thank you. You know, he even drinks Loyal milk every day, too. How do you know that? Let me show you. He's out there. Let's go play.
Hi. You want to play?
Calcium fortified Loyal milk nourishes the body and helps to build stronger bones. Now that keeps my family active every day. That's why I made the switch to Loyal milk. You too can make that switch. Loyal milk, it's what's inside that matters.